Be cool, be kind, be classy. The cupcakes are sweet and sexy. Have fun and enjoy the journey. Or just have a good attorney. No big whoop, no biggie. She lives near New York City. And not just a YouTube show. When you know, you better grab a straw. Learn about the law. It's cool here in the shade, sipping motions of lemonade. Cool heads will prevail, kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Oh, Melanie Little is going live. Oh no, where is Melanie? Follow the island's melody. There's a concert within reach. No surprise, she's at Jones Beach. She heard some music far away. Captain Jack Stack Harbor Bay. He sings and his piano plays. Not all sounds are waterways. Speaking Yiddish and Latin, it's not just for Manhattan. It's for Goethe and Machegas. Ridiculous that insanus. Oy vey, Marcus. Proset, that's for schmucks. Be cool, be kind, be classy. My cupcakes sweet and sassy. And not just a YouTube show. When you know. Cool heads will prevail. Kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Melanie Little is going live.
Good morning, good afternoon, my friends. It is 11:48 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have breaking news out of New York City. I'm going to go straight to the press conference, which just started moments ago. Tonight is the tree lighting in New York City, in Rockefeller Center. And this morning, just a few hours ago, the CEO of United Healthcare, one of the biggest health insurance companies in the country, was shot and killed in a targeted attack outside a Manhattan hotel. I'm going to take you live to the press conference now. It's just a couple of minutes ago it started, so we're going to start from the beginning. As always, get the information out there quickly. They're looking for the public's assistance in finding the killer. Let's go to the press conference, which just started a few moments ago.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. In Midtown Manhattan early this morning, 50-year-old Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot and killed in what appears at this early stage of our investigation to be a brazen targeted attack. This does not appear to be a random act of violence. The victim was in New York City to speak at an investor conference. It appears the suspect was lying in wait for several minutes. And as the victim was walking to the conference hotel, the suspect approached from behind and fired several rounds, striking the victim at least once in the back and at least once in the right calf. Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target. The suspect fled, first on foot, then on an e-bike, and was last seen in Central Park on Center Drive early this morning. The victim was removed to Roosevelt Hospital, where he was pronounced. We've been in touch with his family, his friends, and his colleagues, and they are very much in our thoughts and prayers at this hour. The full investigative efforts of the New York City Police Department are well underway, and we will not rest until we identify and apprehend the shooter in this case. The women and men of the NYPD take enormous pride in the work that they do each day and each night to drive down crime and violence in our city. Right now, we are asking the public for your help. If you have any information about this case, call Crimestoppers at 800-577-TIPS. We have increased the reward in this case to $10,000. I want to be clear. At this time, every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack. Millions of people will be enjoying the tree lighting tonight, among other holiday events, and the NYPD will be out there with them, keeping them safe. For some preliminary details about today's tragic incident, I pass it over to our Chief of Detectives, Chief Joe Kenny.
Thank you, Commissioner. The information I'm about to give you is preliminary as our investigation is continuing. This morning at 6:46 a.m., patrol officers from Midtown North Precinct responded to a 911 call of a person shot in front of the Hilton Hotel located at 1335 Avenue of the Americas. This is between West 53rd Street and West 54th Street. At 6:48 a.m., officers arrive and find the victim, Brian R. Thompson, a 50-year-old male, on the sidewalk in front of the Hilton with gunshot wounds to his back and leg. Mr. Thompson was removed by EMS to Roosevelt Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 7:12 a.m. Mr. Thompson is the CEO of United Healthcare and resides in Minnesota. Detectives from Night Watch, Midtown North Detective Squad, and Manhattan South Homicide responded to the scene and began their investigation. What we know is that the shooter arrived at the location on foot about 5 minutes prior to the victim's arrival. He stands alongside the building line as numerous other people and pedestrians pass him by. From video, we see at 6:44 a.m., the victim is walking alone towards the Hilton after exiting his hotel across the street. We believe the victim was headed to the Hilton Hotel to attend the United Health Group Investors Conference that was scheduled to start at 8 a.m. The shooter appears to be a light-skinned male. He's wearing a light brown or cream-colored jacket, a black face mask, black and white sneakers, and a very distinctive gray backpack. The shooter steps onto the sidewalk from behind the car. He ignores numerous other pedestrians, approaches the victim from behind, and shoots him in the back. The shooter then walks toward the victim and continues to shoot. It appears that the gun malfunctions as he clears the jam and begins to fire again. The shooter then flees on foot northbound into an alleyway between 54th Street and 55th Street. Once at West 55th Street, the shooter continues to walk westbound on Avenue of the Americas, where he gets onto an electric CitiBike and rides northbound on the Avenue of Americas towards Central Park, where at 6:48 a.m., we have the shooter riding this bike into Central Park at Center Drive. At the scene, we recover 3 live 9mm rounds and 3 discharged 9mm shell casings. The motive for this murder currently is unknown, but based on the evidence we have so far, it does appear that the victim was specifically targeted. But at this point, we do not know why. This does not appear to be a random act of violence. We are seeking information from the public to help identify the shooter. As the commissioner said, we have upped the reward up to $10,000 for information. You're urged to contact Crimestoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. All information will be kept anonymous. Thank you very much.
All right, well, we're going to open up to a couple of questions. We're going to start off with Shimon, CNN.
So it's about an hour and 20 minutes before the start of the conference. Is there any indication that he was going to meet someone? Because it's pretty early. Is he on his way to meet someone there at the conference?
He leaves the hotel dressed like he's going to be attending the conference. We're working with his coworkers and other people that he planned on attending the conference with to get that information. But as of right now, he's in charge of the conference. So we believe he was getting there to help set up.
And then just the CitiBike, if I may. Do we know where that CitiBike is now? Does he dock it or does he keep riding it?
We're still tracking video. The last we see with him on that bike is in Central Park.
Is there a way to track that bike?
There are GPSs on those bikes. We'll be working with the company.
All right, we're going to move over to NJ Burkett.
Thank you. Chief, were any words exchanged? If so, what were the words?
NJ Burkett, gotta love NJ Burkett. He's saying, Chief, were there any words exchanged between the two? He doesn't have a mic, apparently.
I'm told a cell phone was recovered in an alleyway on
And I'm told that a cell phone was recovered in an alleyway.
his escape route. Does that appear to be connected to the suspect?
We're working
Does it appear to be penetrable or something like that?
through that cell phone. Obviously, we'll be processing it forensically. And as far as words being exchanged, we do not have audio of the incident. We only have the regular video.
But nothing from witnesses.
Nothing. Well, there was one witness standing right next to the victim when he was shot. We're still trying to identify that victim. Excuse me.
Wait, that witness. Okay. He said, was there any witnesses? So apparently he was with somebody, and the witness that was with him walking to the investors conference was not killed. Only who they're calling the CEO was killed.
Excuse me, that witness.
We're going to go over to Aaron Katursky.
Thank you. Chief, was he checked into the hotel across the street alone? Was he in the city alone? Was he accompanied by anybody? Did he have any known enemies or anyone that you've been able to find so far?
Like I said, we're reaching out to law enforcement in Minnesota, and we're also interviewing his co-workers and family members to see if there have been any specific threats against him in the past. As far as who was he in the hotel with, we're doing a search warrant in his hotel room right now. That might lead us, give us some more information.
We're going to go over to Dean Moses.
A couple of questions. One, based on the surveillance we've seen of this individual, do you feel like he's professional? You mentioned that he did the bullet spell. Do you feel like this was a professional individual who
Based on their surveillance video, does it look to you like he was a professional, like a professional assassin?
life, and also will it affect in any way tree lighting tonight?
I'll answer the part about whether or not he's a professional. That, you know, we have no way of knowing that. From watching the video, it does seem that he's proficient in the use of firearms, as he was able to clear the malfunctions pretty quickly. But as far as the tree lighting, I'll leave that to Chief Magic.
Yes.
The
Good
tree
morning,
lighting
Dean.
is tonight. What a mess.
Just really quick. This incident will not affect the tree lighting. The tree lighting is slated to start at 7 p.m. The show, the actual lighting of the tree will be close to 10 o'clock, actually 9:55 p.m. We will have a massive police presence out there around Rockefeller Center from 52nd Street all the way down to 47th Street. We will have plainclothes out there, a plainclothes detail out there. We will have our CRC assets, our strategic response group assets. We will have our intel division out there. A lot of assets out there to make sure people can come out and have a good time. And we're going to have additional police officers in the subways as well, so people can take mass transit to make it easier to travel into the city and enjoy the tree. This is a terrible event, but we're going to go on.
Yeah, here's the thing about mass transit. That's not so safe either, because guess who's waiting for the jury to come back in downtown Manhattan today? Daniel Penny, the guy who tried to save a bunch of people on the subway train. But hey, it's New York, my friends, and New York never sleeps. The tree will be lit tonight. Come hell or high water, there will be an extensive police presence there. So if you are planning to go to the tree lighting tonight, you can rest assured that there will be plenty of plainclothes and plenty of plainclothes detectives, as well as an increased police presence due to this horrific horrific shooting, assassination this morning. And it is very cold out, so it's about 26 degrees. Dress warm.
People are going to enjoy the tree lighting tonight.
All right, we're going to move on to Marsha Kramer.
I wonder if you could tell me, the mayor said that there was evidence recovered at the scene that would indicate that this was not a random event. I wonder if you could tell me what that evidence was. And by looking at the gun, it appears that there.
Yeah, the mayor said that there was evidence obtained at the scene that makes it appear that this was not random. Can you talk about that?
There's a silencer on the gun.
Also, I hear there was a silencer on the gun. Was there a silencer on the gun?
There was a silencer on the gun, and does this indicate not only that it was premeditated, but this is somebody who knew his way around guns and might have been a professional?
Does that indicate to you that this is premeditated and that it may have been someone who was a professional?
Once again, we won't know that until we complete our investigation and identify the shooter or recover that firearm. You know, you see a glimpse of the gun in video, so we're not able to make a determination on whether or not a silencer was used on that quick glimpse of video. We can't tell from that little glimpse of video. I'm not going to commit to saying that at this time. That would be part of our investigation. There's a cell phone recovered in the alleyway, and once again, we will process that forensically and see if it comes back to this shooting.
So they don't know if the cell phone belongs to the assassin, I'm going to call him for now, the assassin, or the victim.
Once again, this investigation is less than 5 hours old. That will be part of our investigation.
All right, Joe Marino, New York Post.
Chief, do we know when Thompson arrived in New York City? My understanding is he was staying close by to the Hilton, but not at the Hilton.
Chief, do we know when Thompson arrived in New York City? My understanding, he was staying close to the Hilton, but not at the Hilton.
And has anything in the reverse video cameras indicated that these two individuals crossed paths at all?
As of right now,
Does anything in the video canvas shows that these two people crossed paths at all?
based on the current video that we do have, it doesn't appear that they crossed paths, and he arrived in New York on Monday.
All right, we're gonna take 2 or 3 more. We're gonna go Rocco, Daily News.
Chief, did he typically travel with a security detail? And even though it's early, is there anything to indicate that there had been issues with, let's say, a patient who was denied coverage, either back in Minnesota or more recently, someone who lives here?
From speaking to other
A patient who was denied cover. Yeah, or somebody who's really mad that their insurance rates went up. I mean, look, it wouldn't be the first time this has happened, but based on what I'm hearing so far, I don't think it was a person who was denied an insurance claim. I mean, that's what the question just was, Kimmy. He's from Minnesota, apparently.
employees that traveled with him to New York. Doesn't seem that he had a security detail. He left the hotel by himself, was walking, didn't seem like he had any issues at all. So I don't think he did not have a security detail.
And as far as denied coverage, I know that's typically an issue with these major companies. Any reason to believe he had been the subject of a threat?
Any reason to believe he'd been threatened by someone who had been denied insurance coverage?
Again, we're looking at everything. We're looking at his social media. We are interviewing employees. We are interviewing family members. We will be speaking to law enforcement in Minnesota.
We're going to do two more before we wrap up. Shayna?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask if any cursory look at any social media, whether it's the company, whether it's his personal social media, his family's, is there anything obvious that sticks out at this early stage in the investigation?
We have not uncovered anything at this time. The investigation is still too early.
We're going to go last question over here with Jake.
How's it going? With the suspect still at large, last seen in Central Park, are you urging New Yorkers to avoid the park? Is the NYPD deploying its drones? I know they recently started doing that in the park. And then also I was wondering, is there any indication when he gets this CitiBike that he's a CitiBike member? It's like sometimes if you're not a member, you can pay to use it. I don't know if you're able to tell on surveillance.
I mean, if this guy was a CitiBike member and he used his membership to grab that CitiBike to ride through Central Park, he just may be the dumbest criminal ever. But that's a great question, reporter. Good on you.
The chief of detectives will answer the part about the CitiBike. But in terms of we're encouraging New Yorkers to go about their daily lives and their daily business, but to be alert. We put the picture out. You're putting the picture out. We want people to take a look. If they see anything suspicious, if they hear anything suspicious, we ask them to call 911, reach out to our detectives. With an incident like this, of course, we put a heavy deployment into Manhattan. We put additional resources out. We have the drones up. We have aviation out. We have K9 out. When an incident like this happens, we don't spare any expense. We put all of our resources out there to support the chief of detectives mission and to keep New Yorkers safe. So we will have a massive presence out there around the tree lighting, but throughout Manhattan as well until more information develops and we're able to support the chief of detectives and what he needs to make a quick arrest.
As far as where he got the CitiBike, we're still working that through. Like I said, we're pulling video from numerous locations, numerous sources, and we have him on our timeline walking. And what we're very fortunate is he has that very distinctive gray backpack on. So we see him on one video clip walking, and then another source of video, him riding that bike. So we don't have video or witness confirmation on how he obtained that bike. A cell phone was recovered. We will confirm that later on down if we, do our forensic examination.
Thank you, everyone. This concludes our press conference. Thank you for your time and attention.
They're going to move to some video of the scene after this because we're a little bit behind. Just to recap, the CEO of United Healthcare, his name is Brian R. Thompson, 50 years old, was killed this morning at around 6:46 a.m. outside the Hilton Hotel, which is on Avenue of the Americas between West 53rd and West 54th Street in New York City. It appears to be a targeted attack. The victim was walking alone, but then at one point they said that there was a witness with him. Okay, so here's going to be some video of maybe the shooting. I'm not quite sure. Let me see if I can enlarge this so I can get it more full screen for you. A little bit tighter shot anyway. It's my understanding this reward is just NYPD reward so far. Okay, so here, let's hold on. Let's take that back. They really didn't show that long enough. Okay, so this is on the left-hand side. You're going to see what appears to be the shooter. This is a split screen. You can't really tell that here, but it's a split screen. On the left side, you see the shooter. This is the distinctive gray backpack that they're talking about. Not a great shot, but hey, props to NYPD for pulling this video so quickly. They're looking for the public's help. I have the phone number for Crimestoppers below, 1-800-577-TIPS. Right now, there's a $10,000 reward. So on the left side of this split screen, it looks like this is like right as he's raising the gun. And you can see he's got a hoodie with the hood up. And then on the right side of this split screen, you can see him on the e-bike, which is a CitiBike, which is a bike rental service in New York City. You can just, if you have a membership, grab a CitiBike and, just drop it off at the next CitiBike location. So he was last seen, this perpetrator, heading northbound on Avenue of the Americas at 6:48 p.m. He's caught on video entering Central Park on the CitiBike at Center Drive. Apparently, he used a 9mm because some 9mm shell casings were recovered from the scene, and they found a cell phone in an alleyway nearby. They didn't say if it was the victim's cell phone or the assassin's cell phone. They say it's a targeted attack. And they are still investigating, obviously, but they're looking for the public's help in identifying this assassin/perpetrator. They do have GPS on the trackers on these CitiBikes, and they said they are still looking into that. Light-skinned male. I didn't get the rest of the description. Hopefully, they're going to show the wanted poster, and we can catch up on that. Oh, look at this. Here's the scene. Here's that. Well, as you can see, NYPD knows how to put their evidence markers and secure the scene. The victim was pronounced dead at 7:12 this morning at Roosevelt Hospital. He was on his way to the investors conference for United Healthcare, which was to take place at the Hilton Hotel between 53rd and 54th Street, Avenue of the Americas. I do not believe he was staying in that hotel. That seems to be where the meeting was going to be held. So sad. Yeah, look at that. They have crime scene tape up, even though it looks kind of windy. About 25 degrees today, New York City. There were a lot of questions by reporters at this press conference about whether or not they had any indication that this was a disgruntled insurance claimant who had been perhaps denied an insurance claim. Don't know if he was married. Did not say. It was the investors. It was the investors meeting, their annual conference. The assassin/perpetrator first fled on foot and then grabbed an e-bike, a CitiBike bike. He was last seen entering Central Park at Center Drive. They're tracking the bike as we speak, but asking for the public's help. And look at this, the crime scene unit photographing the scene. Perhaps one of those numbered markings is where the body was. He's married with 3 kids, says Horsfeather. Why is this news? It happens every day. It was a targeted killing of the CEO of a major corporation. Perhaps that's why. It's also the day of the New York City tree lighting. Targeted hit at that time of morning. A lot of random killings, but not a lot of targeted killings. And the reason that it's news is because they want the public's help in searching for this assassin. And it doesn't happen every day. That's right. It really doesn't happen every day. Well, last time we covered something like this, it was a random attack by a crazy homeless person who had a knife and committed 3 random stabbings throughout New York City. So we also have a manhunt going on here. Thanks. Thanks, Astro Stephanie. It's, we're a little bit behind, so let's fast forward and see if they show us anything more here. Well, anybody who wanted to target him knew that he was in New York City for this investors meeting. Probably public. So this happened at 6:46 a.m. today. Wife said that he had been receiving threats, Lauren says. And this just seems to be some more crime scene. This is the outside of the Hilton Hotel. This is the crime scene. They also pulled for you some different piece from this a little bit earlier this morning with some different information in it. Let me pull that up for you. This is from about 1 hour ago.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox as we continue to bring you this breaking news. According to Fox News, the United Healthcare CEO has been fatally shot. Again, this all happening in Midtown Manhattan. We do have a number of live images of the scene that I do want to bring you right now. Again, this happening in Midtown Manhattan. You can see that media presence and the police presence. Here's what we know so far. Again, from Fox News, they have confirmed through police sources that the chief executive of United Health Insurance was shot and killed outside of a New York City hotel this morning. Brian Thompson was shot in the chest and leg shortly before his United Healthcare annual investors meeting. This was not random, according to sources. I do have an image of Thompson that we do want to pull up on your screen right now as we tell you just a little bit more about who he was. Again, the CEO of United Healthcare, killed this morning in what police are saying is a targeted attack. He served as the Fortune 500 company CEO since April 2021. He was reportedly shot in the chest by a masked man around 6:45 this morning. I did also want to pull up this map that we do have so you can get a better perspective of where exactly this happened, because this happened near West 54th Street and 6th Avenue outside the Hilton Hotel. And if you can see by this map here, it's not that far away from Central Park, also not far from tourist areas such as Rockefeller Plaza as well. Here's what we do know about this. Again, he was taken to Mount Sinai West Hospital where he was pronounced dead. I also did want to pull up some video that we have just gotten in here from just a little bit earlier today from the scene. As this was developing, that suspect was wearing a backpack. He's described as a 6-foot-tall man with a slim build. He was last seen wearing a cream-colored jacket with black gloves and a black mask. And he did flee north on 6th Avenue following that shooting. That's according to police. Thompson was in town for United Healthcare's 2024 investor conference. According to the United Healthcare's website, the company was set to stream the conference beginning at 8 a.m. My producers are saying to me right now that NYPD is set to hold a press conference at 11:30 a.m. today, and I am going to pull up this live look for you again right now, as this is outside the scene where all of this did happen. Police have said, again, this was a targeted attack, but they have not yet released a motive. No suspects at this time have been arrested yet. A little bit more backstory on Thompson for you.
If you're joining late, we just did cover that press conference before this news story. That was the beginning of the stream.
He was named a chief executive officer for United Healthcare in April 2021. Before that, he was the CEO of United Healthcare's government programs business, including Medicare and retirement and community and state. He's worked at United Health Group since 2004 and served in multiple leadership roles. So again, if you are just tuning in here on Live Now from Fox, we'll keep you updated on the latest from this. Again, expected to hear from the New York Police Department around 11:30 a.m. today. We'll bring that to you as we do get it. But again, if you are just joining us, the CEO of United Healthcare fatally shot today in Midtown Manhattan. We'll keep you up to date on the latest with all of that as we do learn it here on Live Now from Fox.
And we did just watch that press conference. The perpetrator slash perhaps hired assassin is apparently a light-skinned male, 6 foot tall with a slim build. He was masked, they say, and he used a 9mm weapon. And this seems to be what they are calling a targeted attack. This is, for those of you who are not from here, this is the hotel. This is the Midtown Manhattan Hilton, which is a very popular place. A lot of corporate conferences are held there. Very, very large hotel and conference space. And it is right across the street from Radio City. If you can see right here on the left of your screen, that's Radio City Music Hall. This is Avenue of the Americas at about 54th, between West 54th and 53rd. Very, very busy Midtown area. Here's the lobby of the hotel. Many people go to conferences here. It's a very, very popular spot in New York City. And again, right across the street from Radio City Music Hall and right very close to Rockefeller Center, where the tree lighting is still going to take place tonight, beginning at 7 p.m. The tree lighting happens around 9:55 p.m. And the NYPD has assured us that they will have a much bigger police presence this today or tonight, actually, for the tree lighting, in addition to a very large contingent of plainclothes detectives. So there is that. If anyone has any information, please call the Crimestoppers tip line, which is scrolling below at 800-577-TIPS. There is currently $10,000 reward. That reward may change. And hopefully, they're going to find this guy butt quick. He was stupid enough to use a CitiBike, an e-bike, and maybe even used his own account for the CitiBike. So there's that. Kimmy, thanks for the deuce, says probably someone was denied an insurance claim. Could be. Could be. Grace says, thanks for the 5. He was taken to Mount Sinai West, where ironically United Healthcare is no longer accepted. Well, isn't that ironic? Don't you think? That's insane. Let's see if there's any like recent breaking news on this. 7 minutes ago, CBS is reporting that Brian Thompson was named CEO of United Healthcare in April of 2021, first joined United Health Group in 2004, and previously served as CEO of the company's government programs, including Medicare and retiree coverage, and community and state programs for providing Medicaid and other types of coverage to millions of individuals. In his most recent role as CEO of United Healthcare, he was responsible for leading growth across the company's global employer, individual, specialty, and government benefits business, according to a 2021 company statement announcing his appointment. If this is like someone who was denied an insurance claim, this is like an episode of, Law and Order or Grey's Anatomy, because I think I've seen several episodes in which this exact thing happened, and the perpetrator was indeed someone who was denied an insurance claim. This is his picture, Brian Thompson. And someone in the chat said that he is married with a couple of kids, and this is very sad. I believe they said he lived in Minnesota, and he was in town for the investors meeting of United Healthcare's that was supposed to be at 8 a.m. and it was going to be live streamed. And following the shooting, United Healthcare has canceled its Wednesday meeting, which was for today, with Wall Street analysts and investors, which he was on his way to at the time that he was assassinated at around 6:46 this morning. We are deeply saddened and shocked at the passing of our dear friend and colleague, Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare. United Health Group said it in a statement. Brian was a highly respected colleague and friend to all who worked with him. We're working closely with the New York PD and ask for your patience and understanding during this difficult time. Our hearts go out to Brian's family and all who were close to him. So if anyone has any information about what happened this morning, please call Crimestoppers at 800-577-TIPS. Right now, the reward currently sits at $10,000. Did I know Canoni was replaced on the Walls case? I did. I covered that, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. Feels like, I don't know how long ago, but a week or two ago. Yeah, we had that information. She was replaced on Walsh and Turk, several other cases, but she was kept on the Karen Reed case. So thank you, Kimmy, for that. Hi, Bo. Their on-staff doctors make decisions as to what medications you can and cannot have, depending on their opinion. They are not specialized doctors. I'm not sure what you were referring to. Maybe someone else's comment. So we will hopefully they will arrest someone today on this. Doesn't seem like this guy can get very far based on all of the stuff, all the footage that they've already pulled on this, and all of the information that they currently have. And hopefully they're going to pick him up quickly. Somebody upset about premiums going up. That's what I was thinking too. This is the insurance companies are the only business that seem to be able to legally increase their rates by about 30% a year. It's absolutely insanity. If any of you pay for your own private health insurance, you know how expensive that is. United Healthcare had hundreds of millions of records hacked in February. Yes, they did have a huge data breach in February. You are correct. Old line. Red and Oh Sweetie No says he lived in Maple Grove, Minnesota. Correct. We are waiting. The Daniel Penny jury is out. I'm going to go live with the verdict if it comes in today. I am thinking it may come in today. There was a note that was brought in at about 10:57 a.m. There was also a note yesterday. This morning's note said the jury was requesting the Vasquez video. So it's a video that we had covered on this channel during one of the trial videos that we did on Daniel Penny. The compilation of the body cam video and video of the interview. And then the Judge Wiley agreed to send them back with a laptop and a flash drive, and they were all labeled. And they sent the jury back with the information that they requested. As of yet, there is no verdict, but I intend to go live with that verdict when it comes down. I also intend today, I was getting ready for something else before this, to do a video on Karen Reed with the new stuff that was filed with regard to Dr. Russell, and to go over Dr. Russell's prior voir dire and expert qualifications that they did during the last trial. So watch for that. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you have your notifications set. And I have the Penny. Do I have the Penny verdict form? I do. I have the Penny verdict form as well. So we will go over that as well. Just make sure that you have all your notifications set. Go back if you tuned in late and rewatch the press conference to get more information with regard to what is happening with the death, seems to be assassination of Brian Thompson, 50 years old, the CEO of United Healthcare, who was assassinated outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan early this morning. I will see you guys real soon. So just have your notifications on, because I'll be coming back shortly to do other things for you and talk about some other things. Until then, my friends, thank the moderators. Thank you so much. Please smash the like button. It really does help the algorithm. And stay cool, stay kind, stay classy. It's really not that hard. It's really not. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you soon. Prayers for Daniel Penny today, everyone. Prayers up.